Hi guys, it's Erin, and I just did meds, so I'm going to try and do this without coughing at you. If I do, I'm so very sorry. It's been a very long time since I've done anything for you guys because a lot of it has been coloring, there's been illness, there's been, just general life stuff. So, and half of this video was cut off, and my lazy butt didn't want to take photos to fill it out, so. This has been sitting for a bit. I had just gotten the Jane Davenport stuff from Michaels, the new paper pack and everything, and I showed a teeny tiny bit of it. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. But I'm not. I like her style and everything, but I don't really like the faces so much because they are very her and not very me. So what I thought I would do was cut it up and use them as texture instead. And I also wanted to play with these little napkin things that she has. So she calls them collage paper or whatever, but they're napkins. Everybody knows they're napkins. um, because people have been using napkins in art journals for like ever. So you can see me putting down the paper and the napkins with my gel medium. That's very traditional technique. So I was just playing around, and the thing that I did notice was if you smush it around too much, it does kind of bleed. So matte medium would be better because it's not gel and it doesn't take as much goo, or, smushing the goo around to get it on there. But this is what I have, so this is what I use. And because gel medium is not as fluid as matte medium. But it's basically the same thing. You can use Golden or Liquitex or any brand you happen to have. And so you can see here that I'm being a lot more careful with how I'm putting on these splats because there's no point in having splats and clear space if you just mush it all together. So I'm being very careful to do both sides, front and back, so that when I get the napkin on there, it looks more blended into the background. And then you see me just drying it a bit. I thought I would be able to dry it with the hair dryer, but it didn't go so well, so I did just give it some time in between. But I dried it enough that I could get some of this modeling paste on here. And this is one of my favorite stencils with the little arrows that I cut out with a cameo pattern. And so I did some of those, and then I gave that the time to dry and air dry and all that. So you can see some of the texture that I got on there. And the only thing that I didn't really think of, because I don't think when I do these things, I just kind of do them and they happen, is the fact that the texture now precludes putting on the washi tape in any flat kind of way. The places that I want the washi tape are now lumpy and bumpy. And so what I ended up doing was I moved them around a bit, which you'll see me do in a second. But I also ended up tucking just a bit of gel medium under the washi tape to make sure that it stuck on there because it is kind of pushing it up. We all want texture on our pages, I'm sure, most of the time, but it does have to actually stay on there. And here I decided that I want some butterflies, so I'm getting out my Weir Memory Keeper stamp press, which you can no longer get anymore because, legal crap. But I have one, and I'm happy with it, so nah. Only cost me $20. But the reason that I love this, and you'll see, is I have to stamp this many times because with my arthritis, I can't press very hard on stamps, and I can never get a pure image. This is taking me 4 times because I can't press very hard. So this stamp stamp press allows me to just go over it a couple times and make sure that I get ink on the spaces that need ink, and it saves me so much time and paper. It's ridiculous. So I love this little thing. And I do have the Tim Holtz one on order, but that one has also been affected by the legal BS, and so they are reshipping the American ones. The UK ones are okay because they don't fall under that, or being in the UK and all. But the American ones are being redesigned, so we get them anyway. So I am waiting for that one too. It's got a magnetic background, so that'll be fun. But here you can see me coloring with my Tim Holtz Distress crayons, which I love to do because they just blend so nicely with so little effort. And the thing that I really like about them is that once they're dry, I can't re-wet them again. So it's not like gelatos where if I want to put if I don't want to have to seal it, I can't ever get gelatos to dry for me, just ever. They will not dry for me. People say, oh no, you just let them sit and they're dry. No, they don't dry for me. And so if I want to put something over the top, it just runs. And with Distress crayons, I know that once it's down, it's going to stay down. And my video is going to cut in a bit, but you can pretty much see the process that I'm doing here. And the way that I'm blending is I'm getting my finger wet with a little baby wipe there, and then, you know, just pulling the color. And so it's going to cut now, but then we're going to see some close-up images. You can see that I'm trying to do a blue and green butterfly and then contrast with the red, because that's the kind of thing that I like, just, you know, extremely opposite of hot and cool colors. And so yeah, what I did was I just added a bunch of layers onto it and then blended it with my finger, and then went in again with more layers, and I think I might have added distress, what do you call it? Distress markers. I'm sorry, I'm getting short of breath here. I think I added a bit of distress markers in there. And I also added some white Posca. Here we can see the close-ups. I added some of Tim Holt's little tiny talk words so that, you know, it had some interest, I guess. I didn't think of a theme for this before I started. I basically said I wanted to use these products and went from there. So I doodled a bit on the butterflies, and you can see the blending on. I really like how the blue one came out there, and the blending that I got between the colors with those Distress crayons. They're just one of my favorite products to work with. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you like this project, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for following me. Goodbye.